Beatrice dear ngovonga inutohang arnatuin na niraktaw so ngovonga mono arnatuinak, ça veut dire rien qu'une femme, juste une femme, toute une femme.
Hello Beatrice, ça va bien? Bon voyage? Oui, oui.
This woman is speaking out about one of the greatest challenges facing Nunavik, contraband alcohol, a black market that's extremely lucrative for traffickers, bringing in tens of millions of dollars a year. Vodka bottles sold at the SAQ for $14 are resold illegally in the north for $100, $150, sometimes more.
Veux-tu 10? Je suis pas si riche que ça.
The SAQ is aware alcohol is being bootlegged.
Les Inuits viennent du Nord en acheter pour le revendre là-bas. Puis ils revendent ça entre 5 et 10 fois le prix.
When contraband alcohol finds its way into the communities, it often triggers violence.
It arrives and you start getting calls right away.
C'est pas des problèmes mineurs non plus. Des gens meurent. Les enfants perdent leur innocence. Les enfants sont violés. Les aînés sont violés. Ça tue l'esprit d'une personne. Puis il n'y a pas de valeur.
Singer Beatrice Deer is performing an Inuit song accompanied by children from her native village of Quaktak. But behind these innocent smiles often lies great suffering. It's for them, the children of Nunavik, that Beatrice Deer is sounding the alarm. She posted a message on Facebook calling out bootleggers who traffic alcohol.
Ligatta gatta teemanga attutoo hatta piagavoi sumen nakappianartuko hattamata aaqigiareaha aaqigiarnilarialohariahalma teemeelingatuinna vitsaungittularialolerma.
Problems with alcohol in Nunavik are no secret. They're often the consequence of numerous historic traumas, colonization, residential schools, and also the government-sanctioned slaughter of their sled dogs. Most Inuit are not alcoholics, but the impact of alcohol abuse is felt by all, to the point that most villages forbid the sale of alcohol in their communities. What is allowed is online purchases of beer, wine, and spirits in limited quantities, restrictions that don't apply to bootleggers who are open 24/7. Her message has been shared more than 700 times, receiving many comments, all positive. This is so wise of you to have courage and spirit to share the raw truth. Thanks for sharing a very difficult topic. We need more people like you. Heavy topic that is saddening, frightening, and frustration. We met up with Beatrice Deer in Quaktak, a little village of 450 people situated near the Bay of Ungava. Beatrice leads us up to the cemetery on top of the hill.
Lui est suicidé aussi.
Quel âge lui avait?
Il était jeune aussi.
Ouais.
Il était comme 20, 22, 21.
Suicide.
Oui.
À cause de l'alcool.
Oui. Ça, c'est un autre jeune qui s'est suicidé, mais il ne buvait pas, il était trop jeune. 14?
16 ans?
14 ans. Toute sa vie.
Toute sa vie, il a vu ses parents boire.
Oui, puis les batailles. Oui, ça, c'est vraiment triste, ça. Il est mort dans le ventre de sa mère pendant le père a battu sa mère, puis il était sourd. Ce sont des gens qui sont supposés être vivants. Comme, ils sont pas supposés être enterrés ici.
One cross, placed here recently, stands out for Beatrice, in memory of Janice Deer, her niece, who killed herself. She had just turned 18.
Elle avait des problèmes d'alcool.
Ouais, elle buvait beaucoup.
Est-ce qu'elle voyait les bootleggers?
Ouais, sûrement. Sûrement, elle buvait tout le temps.
Bootleggers have no qualms about selling to minors. Late January 2019, a blizzard hit Salouet, a village in northernmost Quebec. Maggie Tayara was 15 years old. She spent the evening and part of the night drinking with friends. The next morning, her body was found completely frozen under a house. The coroner's report confirmed hypothermia and alcohol intoxication, as well as the presence of cannabis. The vodka Maggie drank that night was bought from a bootlegger. In Nunavik, nearly 75% of crimes are committed under the influence of alcohol. The court often forbids alcohol consumption for those who are convicted, but many then turn to bootleggers, becoming their best clients.
Au Nunavik, il y a des gens qui ne sont pas supposés avoir de l'accès à l'alcool, comme des pédophiles, par exemple, qu'ils vont boire, puis il y a des enfants partout.
It's the small 375 milliliter bottles of vodka, or Mickeys, that are the most popular. They sell for $100, 7 times the regular price. But that doesn't stop the heavy drinkers. It's a lot of money that disappears quickly.
Wow, d'accord, small tree.
Alicia Aragutak grew up with a mother who spent all her money buying from bootleggers.
And it resulted in me often having not the proper clothes or comfortable clothes or seasonal clothes and food.
When Alicia became a teenager, she started drinking, just like her mom.
When I was not legal age drinking, definitely. High school, for sure. It was, they knew me. I was a regular.
Alicia got sober. She wants to give her daughter a better childhood than she had.
I definitely made that choice in my life that I wouldn't be like that, although I love my mom so much. I just wouldn't take the choices she made in her life.
But today, for too many children in Nunavik, history is repeating itself.
Les enfants sont négligés, les enfants ont faim, parce que l'alcool qui est vendu illégalement est vraiment cher.
These young girls are enjoying the meal Beatrice has prepared for them. They're here to see their idol, who is passing through Quaktuk. These children regularly go without food. They're opening up to Beatrice, describing the hardships they endure at home. You can't see their faces, and we have changed their voices to protect their identities.
Mes grands-parents boivent aussi. Des fois, j'essaie de cuisiner toute seule. Je peux maintenant faire du riz.
Alcohol is also the trigger for most family violence.
Je me mettais entre mes parents quand ils se battaient.
J'ai essayé très fort de dire à mes parents d'arrêter de boire. 1 an plus tard, ils sont retombés dedans. Ils ont recommencé à boire.
Mes parents ont dit qu'ils allaient arrêter, mais ils ont continué.
Their distress is unmistakable.
Des fois, je suis pas bien traitée. Je me suis fait dire que j'ai voulu me suicider. Je me suis fait dire.
It's an evening of music, reassurance, and a bit of fun for these girls before heading home for the night. The population of Nunavik is close to 14,000. Of the 14 villages, only 3 allow the sale of alcohol. Kuujjuaq is one of those villages. There are 2 bars, and the co-op store allows the sale of beer and wine during limited hours. The availability of legal alcohol in those communities has had little impact on the black market. In fact, the situation has gotten worse.
Ça rentre beaucoup.
Oui, ça rentre de plusieurs façons. Ça rentre autant par les gens qui voyagent par cargo, par la poste, par bateau l'été. Donc, il y a beaucoup de points d'entrée. C'est ce qui fait en sorte que c'est très difficile pour nous de contrer tout l'alcool illégal qui rentre au Nunavik.
Speaking out against the issue of contraband is one thing. Pointing fingers is another.
You know, it's a dangerous thing if you choose to start naming people who are bootleggers. I think that's a fairly dangerous thing to do, especially when you're in a small community.
It doesn't help matters when the bootlegger is part of the family.
C'est difficile parce que, comme tu vois ici, on est dans la colline, puis on voit presque tout le village. Tout le monde connaît tout le monde est lié d'une façon à l'autre. Je suis parent avec un tiers de ce village.
Back in Kuujjuaq, 2 young women, whose identities we won't reveal for safety reasons, show us how easy it is to buy illegal alcohol. The first bootlegger they contact on Messenger gets back to them in less than a minute.
Veux-tu boire?
Oui.
Entre.
Peux-tu trouver une autre place? J'en ai déjà trouvé une.
She heads to the second address.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites?
On cherche un Mickey.
J'en ai. Entrez une minute. Justin?
Ouais.
En veux-tu 10?
Je suis pas si riche que ça.
There are small-time traffickers and those who see it as big business. Right now, police are investigating a bootlegger from Montreal. His profits in the millions.
We know one, we have all his receipts, he made $4 million from this. He paid, I think, $60,000, made $4 million.
And we found this bootlegger on Facebook. There's no doubt what he's selling: vodka bottles. Wads of cash figure prominently in his profile pictures. We asked a colleague to contact him posing as a client looking to buy alcohol. The man, who claims to be in Montreal, gives detailed instructions.
Because I don't want the cops to track down the money and the package, and that's for security reasons. That you're going to use to send the money directly to our international correspondent.
The transaction is supposed to go through this account, based in Cameroon. With photos as proof, he claims to regularly ship alcohol and cannabis by Canada Post and Air Inuit. He suggests we explore his company website, which sells not only medical marijuana, but also cocaine, ecstasy, and crystal meth. When we call him back to request an interview, he refuses, making it clear that he thinks we're the police. Other traffickers use different methods, recruiting middlemen, often Inuit, to buy the alcohol in Montreal. They buy mostly from this SAQ outlet in Dorval, near Montreal's Trudeau Airport, a hub for flights serving Nunavik. Here, vodka bottles are on full display right at the store's entrance.
Nous, il y a plusieurs années, on avait eu de l'information à l'effet que c'était l'endroit où il y avait le plus de bouteilles de 10 onces de vodka qui étaient vendues dans toutes les succursales de la SAQ du Québec.
We asked the SAQ to confirm this information. The government agency refused, saying that would risk hindering its economic interests. All the employees we spoke to in this outlet confirmed vodka is very popular and its final destination, Nunavik.
Ah, ça sort, madame.
Comment ça sort?
prennent tout ça.
Comment ça, ils prennent tout ça?
Ils mettent ça dans le nord.
Ah oui?
Ben oui.
Ceux qu'on voit ici, c'est beaucoup pour la revente, là. Ils achètent en caisse parce qu'ils font tellement d'argent en vendant.
C'est connu, ça, qu'ils font ça?
Ils remplissent leurs valises.
Devant vous autres?
Oui, oui.
Il y en a un à tous les 2-3 jours. Il vient chercher 10 caisses pour là-bas.
Un Inuit?
Non, un blanc.
Un blanc. À chaque 2-3 jours.
Je pense que c'est quelqu'un qui travaille là-bas.
In the same store, we watch as an Inuk man fills up his cart with vodka bottles. What he is doing is legal. But once he steps out of the store, his behavior is curious. He transfers the bottles into a bag and adds bags of candies. Dry goods can mask telltale clues, says Detective Kenneth Barnaby.
They put coffee beans.
Coffee beans makes a nice smell, makes a good sound. It deters you. They think that we won't think that there's alcohol in there because we don't hear the splashing. They go across the hall to the post office and they ship it.
This man proceeds to do exactly that. He transfers the bottles and the candy into a Canada Post box, even though sending alcohol by mail is illegal. He then brings the package to the counter. Destination, Nunavik. The employee notices nothing. We wanted to see for ourselves how easy it is to send alcohol up north. Knowing it's illegal, we fill our bottles with tap water. To avoid all sounds of liquid swooshing, we add pasta. If these were 35 bottles of vodka, the regular price would be $500. The same quantity can be resold in just a few hours in Nunavik for $3,500, a hefty profit. We are sending 2 of our boxes by First Air and Air Inuit, and the 3rd box by mail. Destination Kuujjuaq and Quaqtuck. We'll see if they'll be intercepted. Faced with this massive influx of alcohol, the only 2 investigators in Nunavik have their hands full.
Well, we have seized alcohol, seized contraband liquor that was taken from around Nunavik. So we have this one is from Saluit. I think most of these are from Saluit. Some are from Inujjuaq, and many are from here.
Kuujjuaq.
From Kuujjuaq, yeah.
The police rely on anonymous calls from the public to help them find suspicious packages. In 2019, the amount seized was valued at close to $824,000, almost double the amount seized the previous year.
We miss more. We miss way, way more. We get a small snapshot of what's actually happening here.
The largest alcohol seizure in Nunavik happened in 2018 at a private home in Kuujjuaq. The Sûreté du Québec joined forces with the Nunavik Regional Police. Matthew Johnson was the lead investigator.
The search resulted in just over $29,000 in cash. I want to say about 250 Mickeys, so 10-ounce bottles of vodka and rum, another 30 cases of beer, and with our street value in the north, that was almost $35,000 in alcohol.
According to police, bootleggers Ertan Bayan and his son Sammy also sold to minors.
They got the maximum fine because of the amount of alcohol and cash that was seized, but I want to say it was around $4,000 each in fines on top of the money that was seized.
It's not enough. It's not a lot for what the kind of money they made.
I agree. I'll agree with you there.
The fines aren't much of a deterrent. We found Ertan Bayan, the bootlegger in question. He works at a grocery store in Kuujjuaq.
Were you bootlegging?
No, we were doing around friends. I give it to friends. They buy it from me, I buy it from them. That's all. But, we got friends, okay? We drink, we sell each other. When I don't have, they sell me each other. So we drink for free.
There's a type of alcohol much more potent than vodka making its way around Nunavik. Its name isn't subtle, 94% alcohol. These bags contain 4 liters each. The shipment was destined to the small village of Akulavik, population around 600. One 375 milliliter bottle, which is normally sold for $26 in the South, can fetch up to $300 on the black market. Nathalie Bélanger worked as a nurse at the dispensary in Imialuk on the Hudson Coast. She often treated patients heavily intoxicated with 94% alcohol.
Des cas d'hémorragie digestive où les gens ont saigné, en fait vomissaient du sang, etc.
This type of alcohol often finds itself in the hands of teenagers.
Je dirais surtout des jeunes filles, des femmes ont consommé du 94, se sont retrouvées aussi soit inconscientes, soit tellement intoxiquées que là, se sont fait violer, se sont fait abuser de toutes les façons.
Quebec is the only province in Canada that sells 94% alcohol for consumption. It's forbidden elsewhere because it's deemed much too dangerous.
Je comprends pas comment le SAQ, qui est une branche du gouvernement du Québec, fait pas de recherche. Est-ce qu'ils sont vraiment pas capables de voir qu'il y a des gens qui vendent illégalement de l'alcool qui vient d'eux?
Nous, on a beaucoup de gens, des smugglers, qui achètent des grosses caisses puis qui amènent ça là-bas.
Employees know what's going on, but what about management? We wanted to ask the president of the SAQ, Catherine Dagenet, but our interview request was denied. The SAQ responded by email. The Société des Alcools du Québec started following the issue months ago, as soon as we were made aware of the possibility that our products were being used as contraband. The response was surprising, as everyone we spoke to during our investigation said the SAQ has been aware of the problem for years.
C'est sûr qu'ils savent, c'est sûr, ils ont été sensibilisés, il y a eu des rencontres dans le passé avec eux. Ils doivent s'être posé la question, pourquoi que la succursale de Dorval a autant de ventes de bouteilles de Smirnoff, disons?
We need their assistance and they know it's for trafficking. They know it's for an illegal purpose. It's not you buying it for yourself, it's you buying it to sell it.
The government corporation says that once they were made aware of the problem, they quickly contacted the Sûreté du Québec. The SQ has confirmed this and says an investigation is underway. We also asked the SAQ why it is the only place in Canada that sells 94% alcohol for consumption. They said they're reconsidering the sale of the product. The SAQ referred us to the Ontario Liquor Control Board, which allows the sale of 94% alcohol for scientific and medical purposes. Will the SAQ follow that path? They won't tell us. Police in Nunavik are also pointing to the airline companies, the main way contraband finds its way north.
Les gens qui remontent ça dans leur bagage ou même par cargo, c'est pas, il n'y a aucun screening sécuritaire qui est fait là.
Est-ce qu'il devrait y en avoir?
C'est sûr que ça aiderait beaucoup s'il y en avait.
As we expected, the bottles we sent arrived at their destination. First Air and Air Inuit are subsidies of the Makivik Corporation. Makivik protects the rights and interests of the Inuit. They also manage the money coming from the James Bay Northern Quebec Agreement. We had many questions for its president, Charlie Watt, but he didn't respond to our interview request. Our third container was sent by Canada Post, which prohibits mailing alcohol. The shipment arrived without problem to the Kuujjuaq Post Office, where our source picked it up.
Say it's the Queen's Mail, you can't touch it. Police have no grounds to get into Canada Post boxes unless it's with a Canada Post inspector.
There is no postal inspector in Nunavik. Kativik regional police inspectors would like to be allowed to open shipments themselves. Canada Post also declined our interview request. In their email response, they claim they are doing what is necessary to intercept alcohol shipments and that they are collaborating with police. They prefer not to comment on new security measures put into place a year ago so as not to hinder their efficiency. But Detective Johnson says Canada Post could do more.
So unless we do more Canada Post operations, that's one way we could really stop the alcohol coming up, because a major way is the post. But we do 1 week every 3 months if we're lucky.
Another way to slow contraband would be to offer treatment to those who suffer from alcoholism. Those services are lacking. There's only one addiction treatment center in Nunavik, the Iswasivik Center in Kuujjuaq, which is struggling to meet demand. A new center, being built at the cost of $40.5 million, will open its doors in late 2021. Alicia Aragutuk, who used to buy from bootleggers, is director of Iswasivik.
It's hard to change when your community doesn't, when your family, when your spouse doesn't. So that's why Iswasivik is looking at a family program where you could go through the process, not just alone, but with someone else too. So.
Eight years ago, Beatrice had to leave her village to seek treatment for her addiction to alcohol and to flee bootleggers.
J'avais des problèmes de colère. J'avais des pensées suicidaires. Et il n'y avait pas de l'aide à Huartak quand je vivais à Huartak.
Beatrice went to Montreal, 1,800 kilometers from her village, to get the help she needed.
Le problème, c'est que le gouvernement n'amène pas des ressources dans nos régions. On ne reçoit pas les mêmes services que d'autres Canadiens.
Beatrice Deer is speaking out as often as she can. Today, she's doing a show to help homeless Indigenous women in Montreal.
Il y a tout le temps de l'espoir. C'est la seule chose qu'on peut faire, qu'on peut avoir, c'est de l'espoir. C'est trop tard quand tout le monde est mort. Mais on est encore vivant. Quand on est vivant, il y a tout le temps de l'espoir.